Donald Trump is a deadbeat. Donald Trump is notorious for not paying his bills. Donald Trump, most egregiously, is notorious for not paying hard working class people what they're owed. And this comes even in the arena of his campaign when traveling across the country, putting on his goofy rally shows, and then not paying the municipalities who put up support for the campaign. It's not like he's president of the United States going around officially in his duties as president. These are campaign stops, and he's not paying his bills. There's an organization called the Center for Public Integrity, and they have chronicled all of the hundreds of thousands of dollars that Donald Trump and his campaign owe municipalities across the country. I mean, look at this map. We'll throw this up for a second, and then I'm going to go through some of these numbers. And I also want to point this out, that this isn't just like you owe the city council because you rented some building that was for the city. A lot of this money is to pay for cops' overtime. The party that wants to back the blue and support all the nonsense they say that is just virtue signaling to the MAGA base. The same group that makes excuses for insurrectionists who beat and battered and attacked police at the United States Capitol during their insurrection. It's the same group that's not now paying their bills where cops are involved. So look at this. They owe nearly $500,000 to the city of El Paso. They owe nearly $100,000 to Tucson, Arizona, $65,000 to Spokane, Washington, $84,000 to Mesa, Arizona, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, $47,000, Billings, Montana, $42,811. Anyway, you get the point. It's a lot of money that's owed. Well, some municipalities are actually taking it and they're running with this information, and they're not going to let it happen to them again. What is it George W. Bush said? Fool me once, you fooled me, or whatever the hell he said. They're taking a page out of that playbook, and they're not going to get fooled again. Asheville, North Carolina right now, I think that's a municipality. They're making Donald Trump's campaign pay up front before he can do a rally there, to pay for the police who are going to add extra protection and supplement the security provided by the United States Secret Service. Here's the headline from Newsweek. Trump campaign forced to pay North Carolina City $82,000 in advance for rally. Former President Donald Trump's campaign was forced to pay more than $82,000 in advance for this week's rally in Asheville, North Carolina. Trump is set to take the stage at Asheville's Thomas Wolfe Auditorium on Wednesday, that's today, after paying $82,247.60 to the city for a last-minute rally, according to Blue Ridge Public Radio, or BPR. The campaign, struggling to effectively blunt the momentum of Vice President Kamala Harris, reportedly first contacted the city about the rally on August 8th. City of Asheville spokesperson Kim Miller told BPR that $22,500 of the amount paid is a 2-day rental fee for the auditorium, while the remainder of the funds go to cover additional costs such as house support, production staff, production equipment rental, and exterior items, like queue, stanchions, and portaloos. Portaloos? Porta potties. What? Portaloos? What is this, Britain? While the campaign paid in advance due to Asheville's policy for short notice bookings, Trump has a long history of failing to pay cities for billed rally fees, leaving the White House in January 2021 with at least $850,000 in unpaid rally debt. Most of the bills are still unpaid, including more than $500,000 owed to the city of El Paso, Texas, which I just covered. Newsweek reached out for comment to the Trump campaign via email on Tuesday, and apparently they have yet to hear back. And here is another element of embarrassment for Donald Trump. When you think it couldn't get any worse, it does get worse. Because one of the reasons one of the things we're dealing with here is Donald Trump's progressively smaller venues. He can't fill venues, a thing that doesn't really matter what size your rally is, but to Donald Trump, it's critically important because it's like penis envy. It's like the old joke about it, the bigger the guy's truck is that he drives around, the smaller other things are. Well, that goes for Donald Trump and his rallies too, and this is another element here. The Trump campaign booked the smaller of two venues at the same complex in downtown Asheville for Wednesday's rally. The Thomas Wolfe Auditorium has a capacity of just 2,431 people, while a larger arena next door is not hosting Trump and has a capacity of 7,200. Trump has long been fixated on the size of his rally crowds, boasting about attendance numbers which were artificially inflated on more than one occasion. Well-attended rallies for Harris and her running mate Tim Walz have seemingly prompted the former president to become particularly sensitive about the issue of the size of his penis. Excuse me, I mean the issue of the rally sizes is what I mean. During a news conference at Mar-a-Lago last week, Trump falsely claimed to have held a rally with 100,000 spectators, while also complaining about the press going, quote unquote, crazy for reporting on high attendance figures at Harris rallies. Final paragraph here. In a recent Truth Social post, the former president also pushed a false conspiracy theory that claims images of a Harris rally used artificial intelligence to generate large crowds that, quote unquote, didn't exist, pointing to an event last week in Michigan that drew an estimated 15,000 Harris supporters. It's so good. I mean, there's so many elements of this that just make me smile. Any misery for Donald Trump is a good day, and you should feel so too. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can leave a comment below. We can talk about it there. You can also leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Please consider $2 a month if you have the financial wherewithal to do so. If you're on a fixed budget, if you're retired, or if you just don't have it, don't worry about it. Subscribe, that's support enough. Share this video, like this video. Those are all awesome. But if you have $2 extra throwaway and you want to throw it my way, I would appreciate it. You can help me make these videos. Click the join button below, become a channel member, or go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Follow me on social media. I am everywhere at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.